You land on a website, and before you can even read the headline, boom, there it is, that banner. We all know the one, and we all have that same immediate, almost unconscious reflex.
It's basically muscle memory at this point, isn't it? Just a quick click to get that box out of the way so we can get to what we came for. We do it dozens of times a day without a second thought.
But here's the kicker, the really surprising part. It's not just us, the users, who are kind of in the dark. The businesses behind these websites, a lot of them don't have a clear picture either.
Yeah, that single unthinking click, it actually creates this massive blind spot. Most businesses, and I mean most, don't really know what all those cookies and trackers are doing or the huge privacy risks they're creating for their customers and, for themselves. It's because just about every modern website is leading this sort of secret life. You've got the data collection you see and you know about, and then there's this whole other universe of collection happening silently, completely in the background. So on one hand, you've got the obvious stuff, right? The information you knowingly hand over when you fill out a contact form. But on the other side, there's this invisible machinery constantly whirring in the background. We're talking analytics tools, ad pixels, even software that records your entire session. And that's where the real story is. And what are these tracking technologies gathering? Well, pretty much everything. Your browsing patterns, your IP address, what kind of device you're using, even little hints about your location. And here's the thing, depending on where you live, a whole lot of this is legally considered personal data.
And all this leads to one of the biggest and maybe most dangerous misconceptions in the business world today. So many companies think that as long as they have a privacy policy page somewhere in their website's footer, they've checked the box.
You hear it all the time, right? Oh, we've got a privacy policy, we're good. But that's a really simplistic way of looking at it. It treats privacy like it's just some static document you can post online and then just forget about.
In reality, true privacy compliance is anything but passive. It's an active, ongoing process. Think of it less like a framed certificate you hang on the wall and more like maintaining a really complex piece of machinery that's always running.
To be genuinely compliant, a business has to be able to answer some pretty fundamental questions. And it all starts with the most basic one. What information are you actually collecting from your visitors? Do you even have a complete list?
And right on the heels of that comes the why. What is the specific business purpose for every single piece of data you're gathering? And hey, if you can't justify it, should you really be collecting it at all? Now this is the question that trips up so many businesses. What happens is the marketing team will install some cool new tool, but they don't loop in the legal or security folks. And the result? Your customer data is being shared with dozens of third-party companies, and nobody inside your own company has a full map of where it's all going. This lack of visibility, it's not just some abstract problem. It creates a very real, tangible business risks. Everything from huge legal fines to serious damage to your reputation, not to mention major security holes.
Okay, so what's the good news here? You don't have to tear down your entire website and start from scratch to fix this. The journey to taking back control starts with one single, crucial first step, just getting visibility. The path forward is really about taking simple, logical steps. First, you have to understand what tools are even running on your site. You can't manage what you don't know exists, right? Next, review what those tracking technologies are actually doing, not just what you think they're doing. Then, you've got to check those third-party integrations. Is that new marketing plugin secretly sending customer data somewhere unexpected? And only after you know all that can you update your privacy notices to actually reflect reality. It's all about one thing, understanding your own data flows. Ultimately, what this all points to is a pretty fundamental shift in how we need to think about our online presence. In today's world, a website it isn't what it used to be.
So here it is, the essential mindset shift we all need to make. We have to move away from the old view of a website as just a marketing tool, like a digital brochure. We need to embrace the new reality. Today, your website is a complex data collection environment, and it absolutely needs to be managed like one.
And why does this matter so much? Because people are waking up to this. They care about how their information is being used, and they want to know if businesses respect their privacy. In this digital age, trust is everything. It's the whole ballgame. So, the final question I want to leave you with is this. In a world where your website is an active, data-hungry environment, is your business truly prepared for this new reality?